A German lieutenant picked up a piece of charcoal, drew a dividing line on the ground, and dragged a dining table over to split the cabin in half. The side near the fireplace belonged to the Germans, the other side to the British. Neither side was allowed to cross the line. Just as the British soldiers were about to sit down for their meal, the German soldiers took off their winter coats and changed into crisp uniforms. To show their gentlemanly manners, the British quickly followed suit, and only then did both sides begin to eat. But the food soon ran out, and they had to dig up turf to fill their stomachs. As a result, a British soldier, having eaten too much moss, became constipated. While using the latrine, he suddenly spotted a herd of deer passing by. He banged on the door and shouted for help, but by the time everyone rushed out, the deer were long gone. Back inside the cabin, a German soldier discovered that his beloved copy of Mein Kampf had been used by the British as toilet paper. Enraged, he drew his pistol to shoot, but the lieutenant barked at him to stop. Seizing the moment, the British grabbed the gun and took the Germans hostage, forcing them to surrender their weapons. The British officer picked up the German pistol, and just like that, their roles were reversed. That night, a wounded German soldier's injury became infected, and he burned with fever. With the turf outside nearly gone, the German lieutenant had no choice but to join the British on a hunting trip. Fortunately, they soon spotted a rabbit and shot it dead with a single bullet. Meanwhile, one of the German soldiers back at the cabin chopped down a support beam to keep warm, and the cabin immediately began to collapse. The British officer rushed to hold up the roof beam, and the German soldier seized the chance to snatch the pistol back. But seeing the officer about to buckle under the weight, he stepped forward to help. The two of them held it up together for nearly an hour, until the hunting party returned and braced it with tables and chairs. No sooner had the crisis passed than both sides raised their guns at each other again. After tense negotiations, they agreed to a truce and buried all their weapons in the snow. That night, they sat around sharing rabbit meat, laughing together as if they were close friends. Just then, the wounded soldier suddenly woke up. When they unwrapped his bandages, a foul stench filled the air. His arm was rotting and would have to be amputated. To boil water for sterilization, they began prying off wooden planks, only to discover hidden food supplies and 4 bottles of liquor inside. The Germans wondered why food was hidden there, while the British joked it was to keep the Nazis from finding it. They then got the wounded man drunk, picked up an axe, and prepared for surgery.